Hello everybody, this is Keith from CryptoCoinMindSet. I hope this video finds you well today. And as always, I'm here to help you get your mindset on crypto. Today we're going to be talking about privacy coins. We're going to talk about what they are, why they're important to the crypto ecosystem, why governments hate them and honestly fear them, and how you can earn some Monero while you help secure the network. All right, let's get into it. We're going to start today at my website, CryptoCoinMindset.com. In particular, we're going to be looking through an article that I did explaining what privacy coins are. So let's start out with a basic definition of a privacy coin. Privacy coins are cryptocurrency that partially or completely obfuscate transactions. Details such as addresses and the amount of cryptocurrency are invisible on the blockchain. Privacy coins use different cryptographic methods to conceal their transactional information. That's it in a nutshell. There are a lot of different privacy coins out there. The one you probably heard of the most is Monero, and we're going to go over that one today. But in the future, we'll do some more videos on other privacy coins that I particularly like. In particular, Pirate Chain and Dero. I think those two privacy coins have a huge future in the cryptocurrency space. But right now, the OG of privacy coins in the cryptocurrency space is Monero. So that's the one we're going to talk about today, show you a little bit about that at the end of the video. So stay tuned to the end for that. All right. So in my article where I explain privacy coins, I start out with what is privacy in cryptocurrency. A lot of people think that because, if you were going to listen to the government, they would tell you that Bitcoin is only used for illegal activities. Come on now. You'd think at this point they'd know better. But again, not a lot of people are familiar with cryptocurrency, so they believe the narrative being pushed out there. I mean, come on now. Senator Elizabeth Warren said, "Oh my God, cryptocurrencies can't be trusted." It must be true. Realize that anything you do online, in the traditional banking system, you are giving up your private information. How do you do in this? By KYC, so you got to prove who you are with your ID, verify you are who you say you are, and then you can open up a banking account. Or, in the case of cryptocurrency, operate on a centralized exchange. While we're talking centralized exchanges, on my blog, I just did a comparison between centralized and decentralized exchanges, listed the pros and cons, and then if you want to get a deeper dive into each one and how they operate, I broke that down too in separate articles for each type of exchange. So go check that out. Links are in the description below. So back to this. The bottom line is, when you're operating in these centralized entities or with these centralized entities, banks, exchanges, whatever it happens to be, you're giving up your personal identifying information. This is stuff like your name, address, phone number, date of birth, social security number. The list just goes on and on. These are the pieces of information that can be directly linked to you no matter where you are. And up till now, we've had these central agencies, your banks and so on, controlling and protecting your information. But we know that that isn't the case. This is how your personal information gets out into the dark web, and the next thing you know, identity theft. But here we are, identity theft. You need to protect your personal information as much as possible. To help you with that, I put together an entire privacy and online security series. Head on over to my website, start off with Online Security 101, and get all the information you need to help protect yourself online. Okay, I'm getting way off track, but I've got a lot of information out here to help you, so I'm trying to give it all to you. All right, so we already identified the fact that we're giving all of this basic information online. We also identified the fact that, according to the government and Elizabeth Warren, Bitcoin is used for all sorts of illicit activities. Well, Anybody using Bitcoin for illegal activities is pretty much stupid. It is an open source cryptocurrency. You can watch every transaction that takes place on the Bitcoin blockchain. So to use that is not very smart. But there are ways within cryptocurrency to be anonymous. Bitcoin isn't it. Neither is Ethereum, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But privacy coins offer that option. Now, I'm not saying that privacy coins are only used for illegal activities, because that would be a huge falsehood. At the end of the day, privacy coins are meant for people who want to just be able to do transactions in a private manner, because, the government or anybody else, honestly, it's none of their business. Unless, of course, you ask our current government. Again, we're going to get into that in a minute. In my article, I take the time to list the top 10 privacy coins by Marketcap. You can see them here. Monero, top of the pack, the OG. How do privacy coins work? That could be a video unto itself. And that's not what I'm intent to do in this video today. In the article on my website, I kind of give you an overview as to the different types of cryptography that are being used within privacy coins. We'll take a quick look at those right now. Stealth addresses. Basically, you're using an address once for all intent and purposes. And this has actually been built into a lot of different cryptocurrencies right now. So you're constantly having a different receiving address, and it helps to obfuscate your transactions a little bit. CoinJoins and coin mixers. Basically what they do is everybody that wants to exchange their money puts all their money into one pot, gets all the private keys get all mixed around, and then get shipped out. So everybody else has a different private key and a different amount, et cetera, et cetera. So it's much more difficult for anyone who's tracking it, such as Chainalysis, to figure out exactly who got what. This is something that the government has taken action against not that long ago. Crypto mixing service Tornado Cash gets blacklisted by the US Treasury. Now, what are some of the other options beside CoinJoins and coin mixers? ZK Snarks. I can never get the actual name right, so I'm going to read it right here. It's an acronym for Zero Knowledge, Succinct, Non-Interactive Argument of Knowledge. I dare you to say that 5 times fast. Anyway, it's a cryptographic tool that basically allows for verification of transaction without the need to provide the details of the transaction, is what that is. Then there's ring signatures. Ring signatures is a cryptographic tool that combines your digital signature with others using the same ring signature theme. Again, I'm not a cryptographer, I'm not a coder, none of that. So you're not going to get the inner details of exactly what these are. However, know that these are some of the cryptographic schemes being used by developers to develop privacy coins. I think now is a good time to get into what the government is doing to try and squash privacy coins. Let's start with this. The IRS will pay you up to $625,000, so over $500,000, if you can crack Monero or a different privacy coin. So basically, you've got the US government here so worried about privacy coins that they're going to pay over $500,000 to have you crack the code for Monero. That should tell you something, right? But that's not all that the government is doing. And this is why, since Ethereum has changed from proof of work to proof of stake, that I've become a little less enthusiastic about Ethereum. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Ethereum is just going to die. I'm not saying that people are just going to walk away from it. It has first mover advantage in the cryptocurrency space. It is intertwined with a lot of the traditional banking system. And if you ask me, this is proof of that, where the majority of Ethereum nodes, staking nodes, are actually implementing OFAC sanctions. So the government is basically saying no one should be interacting with this Ethereum address because we suspect that they are doing illegal activities. And the majority of the Ethereum nodes running right now are actually implementing that. If Ethereum is truly decentralized, this shouldn't even be able to happen. But again, this is the government attempting to get its hands, its stranglehold on the cryptocurrency space. And it's not just in the cryptocurrency space. I know as a whole, Americans have short-term memory problems. But do you remember this? When the babbling idiot President Biden's executive order came out wanting to monitor transactions in your account over $600. Why? Why? There is no reason. The point is, the government is looking to put its nose in your financial affairs. Privacy coins help to stop that. Now, if you live in the United States, you know that you can't get a privacy coin on any of these centralized exchanges because decentralized exchanges don't want to deal with the government coming in, even though they're coming in anyway, thank you, Gary Gensler, and saying, listen, this is illegal. This is you're helping to promote terrorism and all this other baloney that they always say is the problem. In my article, I discuss the legalities of privacy coins, and in particular, a report done by PerkinsCoie, a law firm, where they analyze the potential legalities of privacy coins. They put out an entire report. I'll put a link to it in the description below, so you'll find the link there. Yes, I read the lengthy report. In this report, in a nutshell, PerkinsCoie came to the conclusion that, given the current status of regulations in the United States, centralized cryptocurrency exchanges could operate with privacy coins and not be in violation of any current laws. Does that mean they're going to do it? Highly unlikely. Why? Because the government wants them to stay clear. The government wants no one to have access to privacy coins because then they can't track them. I hope this was good information for you with regard to giving you an idea, if you're not familiar with privacy coins, to exactly what they are. Again, link to my articles in the description below. Head there. You'll be able to access all of this information and more about privacy coins. But right now, I want to get to Monero. We'll jump over here to CoinGecko, the Monero tab here, and let's go take a quick look at the Monero website here. Very simplistic website. Easily spells out what Monero is, what their vision is, etc. Take the time to come through here and read this. I don't think you'll be disappointed with the information here. It's easy to understand and absorb, digest it, learn what's up with Monero. In order to mine Monero and earn a little bit of income and secure the network, you need to head over to their downloads page and download the wallet that's best for you. They break all the wallets down on this page, but more than likely, you're going to use the Monero GUI wallet. You're going to download that and then set it up. We're going to walk through that here. Now, a couple of things to note. Once you download the wallet, you're going to have to then download the blockchain. Depending on the processing power of your computer, the amount of time it's going to take you to download the blockchain will vary. For me, I use a dedicated computer for staking and mining cryptocurrency. I'm going to suggest, for security purposes, that you do something similar. So consider a separate device with regard to running your Monero wallet so you can mine and earn some Monero. As you can see here, I'm walking through my Monero wallet, giving you an overview of some of the options. It has different modes you can go in, dark and light. I happen to like the dark mode. Obviously, you can send and receive Monero. There are additional settings that you can change and access in order to make your wallet look and function the way you need it to. I suggest once you download the wallet, you take the time to go through there and make that happen. go through, learn what you got to learn, and that way you're not unfamiliar with the wallet. Now, once your wallet is synced with the blockchain, then you'll be able to mine Monero and help secure the network. By clicking on the advanced button, you'll see this is the area where you can go and mine your Monero. You have a couple of options though. Let's take a look. So if you go to the mining page about Monero, it explains that Monero is a proof of work blockchain. Again, just like Bitcoin, except you can use just your computer. And it tells you the proof of work algorithm is ASIC resistant, which means it's impossible to build specialized hardware to mine Monero. Honestly, I don't think that's a bad thing. Okay, there are a couple of ways to mine Monero. You can do it by yourself or in the mining pool. There are pros and cons to each one. If you scroll down a little bit further, it tells you about P2 Pool, which is the name of the mining pool that I'm currently using and that you can use. And it explains its main features: decentralized, permissionless, trustless. There's zero fee, which, hello, how can you beat that? And in case you're wondering exactly what kind of hardware you need, if you scroll down a little bit further, it breaks it all down for you, as well as the software that you might need. Okay, so as we go back, you can see here in the advanced tab that I'm set to P2 Pool. I'm using 2 cores on my processor, so it is really going to create a drag on my computer. Again, this computer is meant to be dedicated to mining and staking. Mining isn't going to make you rich overnight. It is a long-term process to help secure the network, and you get rewards for helping to secure the network. Okay, so let's bring it all together. Privacy coins have their own place here within the cryptocurrency space. They offer you the ability to create and transact with complete anonymity. Again, governments are no fans of privacy coins. So depending on the jurisdiction you live in, you may want to decide if it's worth it for potential regulations that may be coming down the line, if it's worth it to you to actually even use privacy coins. Links to everything we talked about today will be in the description below. I hope you take the time to go and review all that information. If you have any questions about privacy coins, make sure you put them in the comments below. Again, I'm hoping you're liking this format. Hope you appreciate the information we're putting out. And if you want to learn more about privacy coins, I'm going to put a link here to my playlist on privacy coins that you can go and check out. Not just me, a bunch of people, influencers in the space, some OGs in the space who are very familiar with privacy coins, and actually some of them that go into, if you're into that nitty-gritty technical detail, you can find it here. So head on over there and take a look at that. I'll see you there.